I like having the dough to come and go as I please. On the one hand, we'll never experience childbirth. On the other hand, we can open all our own jars. I'm really just a regular guy who has had an incredibly blessed life. I would say, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. But I was just kidding myself. I believe in justice, and I believe in people being held responsible for their actions. Too many children in foster care are falling through cracks. Be a hero, take the time, learn about adoption today. If you catch him, just give me 4 seconds with Saddam Hussein. 50 is the new 40. I always thought my best work would come in the years 40 to 60, if I was fortunate enough to hang around, and it is hard to stick around. Everybody, no matter how old you are, is around 24, 25 in their heart. After I did the first Die Hard, I said I'd never do another, same after I did the second one and the third. The whole genre was running itself into the ground. I'm staggered by the question of what it's like to be a multimillionaire. I always have to remind myself that I am. I'm much more proud of being a father than being an actor. Art imitates life and, sometimes, life imitates art. It's a weird combination of elements. I just have more fun when I get to try new things, and the action film genre has kind of painted itself into a corner. Copied itself so many times, and it has basically run out of bad buys. When you think about where are you going to find that big love of your life, you seldom think it's someone you already know. You think it's someone you're yet to meet. My wife heard me say I love you 1,000 times, but she never once heard me say sorry. Hair loss is God's way of telling me I'm human. I think that there are a lot of law enforcement officers out there who work according to their own set of what is right and what is wrong, and that doesn't always include respect for administration cops, you know, people that are higher up the food chain. If you take guns away from legal gun owners, then the only people who would have guns would be the bad guys. Even a pacifist would get violent if someone were trying to kill him or her. You would fight for your life, whatever your beliefs. Live free or die hard. Like it or not, I am part of the pop culture of films in Hollywood. I'm happy every day. I think the rules are going to have to change for me to ever run for public office. My checkered past will always keep me out of politics. I had never really dated. I've always been a relationship kind of person. You can't undo the past, but you can certainly not repeat it. Justin Timberlake is terrific in this film. I told him it's time to stop singing. I like a little movie I did in the early 90s called Mortal Thoughts. The part was hardly written, but I learned a lot making it. No one remembers it. I've given up on trying to explain myself, or trying to set the record straight, or trying to get people to understand what I'm really like as a man, outside of my acting, outside of my job. I just try to go to work, and concentrate on coming home to my girls. They look right, and you move left. I've always had confidence. Before I was famous, that confidence got me into trouble. After I got famous, it just got me into more trouble. I wake up laughing. Yes, I wake up in the morning and there I am just laughing my head off. But the action film genre is gonna have to come up with some new bad guys. Every day, I work at not taking this fame thing seriously. Fortunately, I have a great group of friends who help me do this. I hate government. I'm apolitical. Write that down. I'm not a Republican. I hate working out. Because I work out for films now solely I come to associate it with work. I mean, look, I wear makeup in films. I don't wear makeup in real life. It's just part of the gig, that's all. Violence, look, we live in a violent world, man. This country was founded on violence. Who's kidding who? Who I am as a father is far more important to me than the public perception. I have zero interest in performing in films to try to convey any kind of message. My job is to be entertaining. There's a very different point of view about messages in films in Europe than there is in the States. Audiences rebel because they feel that they are being preached to. I'm always being accused of being a Hollywood Republican, but I'm not. I have just as many Democratic ideas as Republican ones. If they could build 3 fewer bombs every month and give the money to foster care, that would be great. There was a lot of dancing in '76, '78, in the '80s. A lot of dancing. The burn years. A lot of dancing. And for a while, working fit in with all that. Moonlighting, that wasn't acting. It was people telling me let's create a character who is you, so you can play him the way you are. The guy you are at night. It was fun. I got to work with Dustin Hoffman on a film called Billy Bathgate. I got to work with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn and Bob Zemeckis on Death Becomes Her. There are still a few actors out there that I would like to work with.